There are so many books that I want to read in 2026 that I'm overwhelmed with choice and I've almost got decision paralysis. So I've made a priority list for 2026. This priority list is not to be confused by the 26 for 2026 that I want to read. I have my journal here. I don't know if you watched that video, but it is linked if you're interested. But you can pause and read through the list. Some of these do cross over, but this is the list I wanted for 26. The 26 books that I want to read for 2026. So I do have some crossovers on my priority list, but this priority list is essentially books that I've been wanting to get to for so long that I've decided I'm going to put them on a list, one, and try and read those, not necessarily first, but try and get through them this year. The 26 that I had on that list, as much as I want to read through all of them, I did put a more varied list on there. It's more ones that I've had for a long time on there. Everything on there I want to read. Basically everything I own I want to read, but they're ones that I might have had on my TBR for a really long time that it's like, well, I need to get to it. Some are ones that are going to be in my priority list and they're just ones that I'm really hanging to get to. But my priority list is predominantly outside of my physical TBR. There are a few that are on there and there are quite a lot in here that I'm really itching to read as well. I'm just waiting for it to be sort of like something I'm in the mood for because I am very much a mood reader. But due to the end of the year, like this video is coming out, I believe, before the new year. So there's been a lot of sales and promos and things like that. So I've got a lot of books that I have been eyeing off for like good sales. So those are the ones that I want to read. They're almost like more anticipated, but I'm calling them priority reads because just because I'm really anticipating them right now doesn't mean that I'm going to pick them up. Let's just get straight into the list. I'm going to start with the books that are on the Kindle. I'll put the covers up on the side here, which is why I'm a little bit off center. So first up, and this is not in no particular order, is Mate by Ali Hazelwood. I have read Bride from Ali Hazelwood and nothing else, though I do own quite a lot of her books, but I absolutely loved Bride. And I think that people who have loved all her other stuff might not have liked Bride as much, but I thought Bride was fantastic. I absolutely loved, but I'm a big lover of paranormal romance, so I think that definitely lends me to enjoying that book more so than maybe others who aren't. But yeah, Mate has definitely hit one of the top books of my priority list because I've been waiting for it to come out. As much as I want to buy everything secondhand, that's not always the case because especially with newer releases, people obviously are hanging on to them, which is fair. As someone who collects books, I totally get it. But yeah, Mate is the top, the first book that I'm going to mention, and it is one of my top priorities. The second book is The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy by Bridget Knightley. Hopefully I've said that correctly. But this book, it's definitely giving Dramani vibes. I don't know if that is what it is, like if it was fan fiction based on that, but I don't know why, but that is what I'm getting. And I can't wait to read this book. I mean, I'm going to say that for all the books on here, but this one I was so excited when it went on sale on Kindle, so I snatched it up as quickly as possible. And yeah, I don't know when the second book is coming out, so I might not be reading it sort of soon because I do want to sort of wait until it's closer to the next book's release because this one I believe continues on, whereas like with Mate, it's a continuation on the series and you should read the first one first, but it is different characters, so it's like a interconnected rather than just a straight up sequel. So yeah, I'm excited to get into that, but probably closer to the release of the second book. The third book that I'm going to mention today is The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. I was tossing up on, I don't know why. I don't know if I think I'll like this one or not. Everything that I've heard about it sounds amazing. And I'm not sure, maybe because as much as I loved the Shepherd King duology, actually I've only read the first one. I still haven't read Two Twisted Crowns. I liked it. I don't know why. One, I didn't read the sequel straight away, but I didn't have it straight away, which I do have it now. But yeah, for some reason in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm probably not going to like that, even though it sounds amazing and I really want to read it. So again, I snapped it up when it come on sale, and I am actually getting more excited to read that one. And I think the sequel is due out sooner rather than later, comparative to some of the others on the list. So I might get to this one sooner than some of the others on the list. But yeah, the more I think about reading this, the more excited I get to read it. So yeah, time will tell whether or not my initial thoughts of maybe it wouldn't be for me are true or not, which I hope not. I really think the story sounds like it's just interesting and somewhat different to a lot of other books in the same genre. So yeah, I am getting more excited the more I think about it to read it. The next one is Pen Pal by J.T. Geisinger. Honestly, I just want to know what is going on in this book. Everyone's like, obviously it's fantastic that no one's giving spoilers away, but everyone's like, oh, it's not what I thought going into it. And I don't know what I think about it going into it, but I just want to know what's going on with it. I haven't read much from J.T. Geisinger. I have a couple of other books from them, so yeah, but I'm really in the mood for something I think a little bit darker. I've been reading a lot of fantasy and some contemporary romance recently, and yeah, I'm just wanting to switch it up a little bit. So I'm excited to get to that one. And this one, obviously being a standalone, is going to be a lot easier for me to get into because I'm not having to think about, waiting for the sequel or anything like that. Not that I really mind, because there are a lot of other books, but sometimes, you want to get straight into the next one if it's really good. So this one is probably one that I will read earlier on in the year compared to some of the others on the list as well. The next book is Given by Elena Galea. This one was purely influenced me to get it because of a reel. I'm not even ashamed. It seemed fantastic from this one little reel. It was some sort of, I don't even remember what it was, honestly, but I just remember it so vividly that I went straight away to look the book up and save it on my list. And I got this one, I think, for free, because I think it was where they put the first book of a series to $0. So I'm so excited to get into this one. Again, this one has a sequel, which I believe may be out or out very, very soon. So I'm excited to get to that one. I don't know how many are in this particular series or will be in this series, whether it's just a duology, which I'm loving duologies and trilogies because, waiting for 10 books, it's really hard. I want them now. So yeah, I can't even tell you what it's about because honestly, I don't even know. I read one sentence off of a reel and I was like, I need to read that book. So I've definitely got influence for that one and I'm super excited to get into it. The next book is Silver Elite by Danny Francis. I know, I think it's Broken Dove is the second one, is already, got a release date. This one, I'm not sure on. I really wanted to read it when it first came out, and then there was all this controversy about it potentially being AI written, which I don't know if that's the case, but it has been one that I've wanted to get to. I'm not the biggest lover of dystopian, and this one, some of the reviews that I've listened to, which I try not to listen to too much because obviously reading is so individual, like what your preferences are. But yeah, a lot of people have said it's not the best, but then I hear so many people say it's like a 5-star read for them. So I'm just going to go into this one kind of blind because I don't really want to know what I'm getting into, I think, for this one. I think this one, I'm just going to have to read it and see for myself and try not to listen to what everyone else is saying because I don't want to be influenced to not like something before I start reading something. And so for this one, hopefully it's not AI written. I don't know, because I feel like people are just really in everyone's business. Like, an author doesn't have to be all over social media. So if that's the case and it's just an author wanting to mind their business and have people mind their business, I'm all for that. I don't really care. But yeah, hopefully it's not an AI book. And hopefully I like it. I don't know. We will see. Next is Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. Again, this is one with a sequel. These are all predominantly fantasy books with sequels. I don't know how many are in most of these either, whether they're going to be long series or like duologies, trilogies, whatever. But yeah, the cover for this one really drew me in. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't read from Devney Perry before either, though I know they have an extensive like list of books. But I'm just intrigued. I want to get into this one. And I don't mind, I know a lot of people have said this is a long book because it's got a lot of world building and all that kind of stuff, which I don't necessarily mind if obviously the world building is good. So I'm down for a long book if it's a good book, is what I'm saying. So we'll see when I read it again. We'll see about all of them when I read them, I guess. But yeah, I'm excited to get into that one. I don't know, again, I have not looked at when any of the sequels are actually coming out. Like I've seen them, but I didn't note them down. So I don't know if this one's going to be a sooner rather than later one, but I'm excited to get into it. These, I'm hoping that in the new year, a lot of people will be doing clear outs and stuff. And so my little hoarder heart can pick up all your little donated books. So we'll see if I end up getting the physical copy, but yeah, I mean, that one's just pretty. It would be nice to have on the shelf. And I'm not much of a collector for special editions. I don't really care if it's like a special edition sprayed edges. Sprayed edges on a paperback really actually annoy me. I don't like it at all. I don't understand the fascination with putting sprayed edges on a paperback. To me, it just feels like wasteful. I don't know. It's just not my thing, but I can appreciate them. I think they look pretty, but it's just not a thing that I really care about. But the cover of this book is basically what I'm trying to get to. Is it's really cute, and actually I've made a liar out of myself. I have the Immortals After Dark series by Kresley Cole. I have the first, like, I want to say 10, 12 books, and then they're re-releasing them now with different covers, and I have started collecting the covers, but I'm missing a couple that have been re-released because I'm waiting to see if I can find them either on sale or secondhand. But let me grab them because they're so cute. So this is the covers that I got, which I think is new again, but I don't know. And this is what the re-released ones are looking like. They're just so cool. The art is just amazing. I don't know if it says the artist's name. Design and illustration, Carolina Rodriguez Fuenmayor. I'm sorry, I'm probably mispronouncing that, but Carolina Rodriguez Fuenmayor. Let me just, oh my goodness. Can you see where my finger is? This one. Yeah, her art is just stunning and I couldn't resist. So I get it, but I just don't particularly generally go for special editions. But these are not special editions specifically. These are just re-releases with different covers. So yeah, I want to recollect all of them. And then I stopped collecting these books in the physical form. So yeah, now I can complete the set maybe, and hopefully they'll all have the same cover if she's going, I think she's slowly going through all of the covers. So yeah, I'm super excited because as they do with a lot of long series, they start changing the covers partway through, and that happened with this series. So I was just not buying the physical copies because I didn't have the space at the time. So yeah, anyway, got a little sidetracked here. Let me pop these back and we'll get back to the actual list. All right, then I want to read Blood and Steel by Helen Schurer. Wow, am I good at pronouncing names? I doubt it. So Blood and Steel, I have wanted to sort of get into this one for a while. It is The Legends of Thesma, I think the series is called. I did read I don't think it was a prequel, but it was a short story, and I think it was called Slaying the Shadow Prince. Potentially, I could have that wrong, but I've read that one and I enjoyed that, and I think that was set before this series, but again, don't quote me, I'm not sure. But I've wanted to get into that one for a while, and from what I remember, I think it's a complete series, so that one should be interesting to get into. And I think there is also a spin-off series which could be fun to get into as well. Next up is On Wings of Blood by Briar Boylan. Oh, I'm sorry about the names. I don't know. Briar Boylan. Yeah. I have the first 2 books in this. I don't know if it's a trilogy. Again, did I do my research? No. We're just here saying names badly. But I've got the first 2 in that series. The 3rd one is coming out very soon. I'm kind of hoping it's a trilogy because then I've basically got the entire set. But that is one, again, I don't have much of a clue. Pretty sure it's dragons and I'm all here for it. So anything fantasy I'm here for. I really don't know why I'm like, oh, if it's got vampires, yeah, but like literally I'll just read anything with fantasy. So that one I want to get to soon as well. I'm excited for the fact that I have the first 2. Let's just say that, because a lot of these I've got the first of a series, and majority of them don't even have the second book out yet. Or I've got huge long series which you'll see that all the books are out and I've just procrastinated because I'm intimidated. So this one, if it's 3 books, that's perfect for me. If it ends up being more, then it is what it is. But hopefully, again, I like this one as well. Next up is one that I've had on my list for a long time, and I don't know why I'm scared to pick this one up, because it seems like it's going to be freaking amazing, and that's Heavenly Bodies by Imani Iru. Yeah, that series just sounds really cool. Something that I haven't personally read anything of before. Whether it's got a lot of themes that are similar to other books out there, I don't know, but I feel like it's quite unique to me. Yeah, more like something celestial vibes, I think. And I don't read a lot around celestial vibes, which I think is why I've hesitated to pick it up. I don't think I'm going to dislike it. I think I'm actually really going to enjoy it. But sometimes, I don't know. I just, again, it's like choice, overwhelm of choice, and then decision paralysis, which I've got no one but myself to blame. So I guess I just have to suck it up. Wait for the urge to come to read that particular book. The next one I'm really intimidated by, because everyone sort of said that the writing isn't, it's a little bit more, I guess, elevated and poetic to what I'm used to reading, and that is When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. Plus also, again, it's a part of a series. I don't know how long, and the next books are not out yet at the point of me filming this anyway. So yeah, I think I'll like the premise of the book. I don't know how I'll go with the writing style, but until I read it, I don't know, which, you know, obviously for everything, but it's just one that I have been actually intimidated to pick up because of those reviews. And I mean, that's silly. That's silly. You just pick it up and see how it is. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. And if you do, then that's amazing. You've bought a book that you like. So yeah, that one, I don't know. We'll see. It's probably going to be one of the ones on the list that is maybe last to be read at this point. But who knows? Who knows? I do try to go by what I feel like reading at the time. I think mood reading really helps me to continue to want to read. I don't really consider when I'm not in the mood to read a book slump or a reading slump. Sometimes I just don't feel like reading. Sometimes I just want to watch TV or something. So, you know, for me, it's not like a slump personally. Also because like this is a hobby for me. I don't have to read for work or anything like that. So I can just take a break when I feel like it. It's not something that I have to push through, so I don't. And so I feel like because of that, I don't slump very often. I'll just sort of like right now, I've just finished a contemporary romance. I'm not really in the mood for a contemporary romance, so I'm feeling something a little bit more darker. So I think I might go like a dark romance or something. And then that way it sort of keeps, you know, my momentum going when it comes to reading. But I do just love to read, so it's a lot easier for me to just pick up a different type of book and read. And that is how I sort of avoid slumping. And I don't know when the mood will strike to read When the Moon Hatched, but I'll just wait for that, because otherwise too, I don't want it to influence a book and make me feel like I didn't enjoy it if I'm just not in the mood to read it, sort of thing, which is why I do a lot of soft DNFing. So I might not finish the book, but it doesn't mean that I'm finished with the book, if you know what I mean. Next up is Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. I don't know why I haven't picked this one up, honestly, and maybe it might be one of the ones I pick up because I do believe it's maybe not dark in the sense of what I'm thinking I want to read right now, but a little bit more of a darker fantasy, I think. At first I thought this one was YA. I don't know why, so hopefully it doesn't read young, because, you know, sometimes I'm just not into that. I'm 37, you know. I don't particularly want to read about 18, 19, 20-year-olds. I don't know, what can I say? I just want to read about people closer to my own age, unless the book is like slanted towards younger ones, which is what I just tend to avoid a lot of the time. Like a new adult book, you expect certain behaviors in those books because of the age of the characters. And if I'm thinking I want an adult fantasy and the character, I should say, not the person, the character's acting like a 12-year-old having a tantrum, instant ick, and I don't like it, and it's really hard for me to push through. It's something that I found excuse me, it's something that I found when I was reading, and I think that's in the next vlog. I was reading, what's it called? Terror at the Gates by Scarlett Sinclair. I enjoyed the book, but the main character sometimes just annoyed me because I was getting, like, I don't know, it's like this petulant attitude that just kind of turned me off a little bit. And I don't know, again, if that was just me, because I wasn't physically reading the book. I did listen to the book, but anyway, you'll get the review for that in the next video, because it was one of my anticipated 5-star reads. So yeah, that kind of turns me off a book. And for some reason, I thought Phantasma, which, you know, in the longer story way of getting around to it, I thought Phantasma was a YA. So if it reads a little bit young, I don't know if I'll like it as much as if it was more darker in theme, but we'll see when I read it. I am still excited to read it, and I just want to go in with the right mind frame. Then I have The Games Gods Play. by Abigail Owen. This one, I don't know why I haven't picked it up. I think in my head I got not confused, but maybe maybe confused on what the book was about, because when I first read it and heard about it, I'm like, cool, it's like a fantasy, but like maybe, I can't remember if it was Greek gods or Roman, but maybe whatever, it's gods. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. Like a little bit of like maybe Games and Trials from memory. And then like you know, as you can tell right now, I kind of just can't remember what it was about. And then I started thinking, oh, if it's like more along the lines of like historical fiction with like realism or something, but there's straight up fantasy, and I think I got confused in my mind as what the story was about, and that's why I didn't pick it up. But I've got to remind myself that it is actually a fantasy, and that's going to be more appealing to me than like a historical sort of like fiction book with realism in it when it comes to like ancient times. That sounds like really badly described, but yeah, I don't know. I think I was just confused as what it was. And then with the sequel now out, you know, I was reminded of what the book was actually about, and I have the sequel as well. So it's one that I can go into sooner. Again, I don't know how many are in the series, if there's going to be more than the 2, but I at least have the next book. So yeah, I've rekindled my want to read this by actually remembering what it's correctly about. But this happens to me quite a lot. Sometimes I'll just get confused about what a book is about, or I get influenced by other people's opinions, and I really need to just take their opinions as their own and remember that they have their own preferences. And just because, you know, you like this a similar amount or same amount of books as they do, sometimes you're going to have differing opinions on books. And so yeah, that one is one that I just want to keep reminding myself that it is in the vein of what I like to read, and to just not let anyone else's opinions affect my wanting to read the books, which goes for every book on this list, or every book I own pretty much. Then we have Empire of Shadows by Jacqueline Benson. So Empire of Shadows, I actually have no idea what it's about. I just want to read it. So basically all I know about Empire of Shadows was that it's kind of giving The Mummy, like with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz, and that's all I needed to hear. I was like instantly getting that one. So I think there's 3 books out, whether it's a trilogy or not. Again, I have no idea, but yeah, Mummy vibes, I'm here for it. Worst intro of a book ever, probably, but yeah, I don't know. I bought it, so I must want to read it. I just don't remember right now what it's about or anything, so there we go. It's on the list. And then one that I started reading and then I soft DNF'd because I just wasn't in the mood for it was Anathema by Kari Lake. I do want to read it. I just at the time wasn't in the mood to continue reading it, and I was enjoying it when I picked it up, but I didn't have the urge. Like if I'm really loving a book, I'm thinking about it when I'm not reading it. I'm like, okay, I can't wait to get home so I can read this book. I can't wait to finish this so I can read that book. And I really love that feeling, like getting immersed into a book, and I just wasn't getting that with Anathema. And I don't think it was the book, because as soon as I picked it up, I was loving what was happening. I think I just wasn't in the mood at the time. So I did soft DNF, but I really want to get back into it because Kari Lake, this is the first book I will have read from her. Her writing is just really cool. Like the world building, it was so gothic and dark, and I could imagine myself being there. And yeah, so I don't think the issue was with the book at the time. I think the issue was with me. So I do want to continue reading it. I know the second one is out. I don't know, again, how many are going to be in it. I think this one might be a trilogy, but I could just be lying straight up. I don't even actually know, but yeah, I do want to continue that one. And I've loved what I've read of it so far. I think I only got quite a few chapters in. I didn't get very far, but yeah, I'm excited to see where that series is going to go because the world building was just really cool. And then we have physical books, so I can actually show you what I'm talking about. So I have series that I want to talk about, that I want to do. Will I get the whole series in this year? No, I don't think so whatsoever. But these are series that I want to start, and all but one of them, no, 2 of them, I have the entire series of. So first up is Practical Magic by Alice Hoffman. This book I just want to read so bad, and I want to read because I think, or before the, let me start again. Words are hard. So the first of the series, oh my goodness. The first books, no, what am I saying? I need a sip of coffee. I'm struggling so much. I'm sure that's going to do wonders for my voice. Okay, let's start again. So, I want to read Practical Magic by Alice Hoffman. There are, I believe, 4 books in this series. I don't know how you need to read them, but this is essentially book 3. And then the 4th book, which I think is called The Book of Magic, I don't own yet. I've managed to find the first 3 secondhand, which has been great, but I really want to read this book in particular. So I'm showing you this one, even though it's not probably technically the first book in the series. But yeah, this book I'm so excited to get to, and it's only a short one as well. There's not very many pages. So about 278 pages. I love the movie. Like, this is one of my favorite movies ever, and I do believe they're doing a sequel, so I want to read the book before the sequel comes out. Normally, once I've watched the movie, I can't really get into the book as much. I need to read the book first, but in this case, I don't think it'll matter. I'll just I have a feeling I'm just going to love this book. Like, it's called a classic, a beloved classic on the cover, and I think that's for a reason. So I'm excited to read through these books. And then because the first 2, which are called Magic Lessons and The House of Magic? The Rules of Magic. I'm trying to read from here and it's just, I don't have my glasses. So Magic Lessons, The Rules of Magic, Practical Magic, and then I think the fourth one is the Book of Magic. So again, I don't know if they're all connected. I think some are the aunt stories, so I'm not sure, but we will see. And yeah, this is just one that I'm so excited to get to. I was going to sort of wait till October, but October isn't particularly spooky season in Australia because we're coming into warmer weather around October. But yeah, I just can't wait to get to this series. The next one is, I believe, new adults or YA, which normally, again, not my thing, but I'm just intrigued and want to know what this one is about. And that's The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I have managed to now collect the first 3 in this trilogy. I haven't got any of the like spin-off books yet, and I'll keep an eye out for them, but I'll see how I go with these first. All I know is it's fae. I don't really know much about it. Again, I don't really know how old the characters are, but I'm going into it thinking it's going to be, if not YA, like new adult, so a little bit younger. But yeah, I'm intrigued by this. A lot of people really love this, so I'm hoping I will as well. Then I have managed to collect all in one go, which was amazing. Someone donated their entire set, and that is the Legacy of God series by Rena Kent. So I really want to get into this. I believe these are the indie books, so I think they've been traditionally published, so whether they've changed or not, I don't know. So this might not look like the stories that are out now if they've been re-edited, but super excited to get into these. I know that people love these because they're just super bingeable. And the fact that they're interconnected standalones really help me when it comes to a series. Sometimes, like, I don't know, actually. I really love a long series where it's continued, but something about an interconnected series that has like an overall arching story, I love. Like, someone that does it really well is Nalini Singh. This series, you have to read it if you haven't. It follows Elena and Raphael, and this, again, I didn't put it on my list, but the series finishes this year. The last book in the series is released this year, and I've read all but the last 5 books, I want to say. But yeah, this is amazing. So it follows our 2 main characters throughout the entire series, but every now and again interspersed is a book of one of the different characters. So very much paranormal romance vibes for the story in this one, but you definitely get, like, every now and again, like, Archangel's blade is on a different character, and you get to see some of the story unfolding from their point of view, plus you just get to see their romantic story as well. So I absolutely love it. So yeah, Legacy of Gods, a lot darker than some of the other books on here, but that's just kind of what I think I'm going to want to get into soon, just because I'm a little bit over some of the more contemporary romances right now, and I needed to get out of any fantasy world because I feel like books like this are great to read in between, so I can keep my head wrapped around a new fantasy world if I'm being introduced to it. So yeah, I want to start going through these books, and they are fairly long for a romance. This one's 443 pages, but I've heard they're very bingeable, so I've got the entire set in the indie collection. The next one, I only have the first book, so this won't be at the top of my list, but I want to get into the Plated Prisoner series by Raven Kennedy. I've managed to find Guild secondhand, but that's the only one I have seen. So my battery died, of course it did, but I was talking about Guild by Raven Kennedy, and I think I finished off saying that I have managed to find this first one at the secondhand store, but none of the rest of the series. So at this stage, this is the only one in this last little bit that I don't have the rest of the series collected, so that is something that will be a top priority for me going forward, just trying to find the rest of the series. And then if I can't, then maybe I'll have to just, I don't know, maybe buy it on Kindle or something, or just go out and buy it new. But these I think would be a really quick read. Like the writing is quite large and really spaced out. Like there's a whole lot of blank pages between the chapter pages. So this will be a quick read. So it'll be one that I read towards the end of the year so that I can try and collect the rest of the series. And then the lucky last series that I want to get into, I don't think I'll finish it this year, but I definitely want to get a good start to it, is Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. So I have an unpopular opinion, but I did read Assassin's Blade first. I actually love that I read it first. I'm happy that I have. It did, or it probably will, spoil a little bit, because what I now know as the reader, you won't find out in these books from what I can tell until further in the series. So just keep that in mind if that is, you know, you want to read in chronological order, which is what I usually do. But for whatever reason, I was just feeling the urge to read Assassin's Blade first. So I did. I have actually started this and I put it down in favor of reading other things, but I will be doing a whole series vlog on this, I believe. I haven't started it, so I should, since I've literally started the series. But yeah, I am like 21 chapters in. And this one, I have basically gone in blind. I've been very, very fortunate that I have not been spoiled for anything. I was spoiled a little bit for Assassin's Blade, but that was my own fault, because I went looking at things and I should have just clicked out, but I didn't. So yeah, I'm excited to complete this series, or get into it at least, because I'm having a great time so far. Even if it does lean a little bit younger, like more new adult at the start, I'm sure as the books go that the characters sort of age up a little bit as well. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving what I've read so far. And I do love a long epic sort of fantasy. So yeah, even though this is not like epic fantasy, it is romantasy, I believe. But yeah, I'm super excited to complete this series. That is pretty much the priority reads for me for 2026, but who knows what the year will bring. I'm sure that list will be added to very, very soon, but you never know. I'm excited to get started in the new year, and hopefully you guys are excited to come along on this journey with me as well. Please let me know down below what your priority reads are, like at least the top 2. It might help me pick my top 2 too, and help me know where to start. My goodness, I sound like I'm going through puberty or something. Anyway, that is it for me this week, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.